Have you ever landed on a website or maybe opened an app and almost instantly uh, felt either totally comfortable, like you knew exactly where to go?
Yeah, or the opposite, right? Where you're just immediately frustrated, can't find a thing, and just want out.
Exactly. That feeling, that kind of gut reaction, it often comes down to something really vital in the digital world, UX UI.
Mm-hmm. And we interact with it all the time, but maybe don't always put a name to it. UX, that's user experience.
Right. And UI is user interface.
Exactly. They're often talked about together because, well, they're really two sides of the same coin for how we interact with digital stuff.
So for this deep dive, we're not just looking at any digital space.
Yeah.
We're focusing in on one specific, really dynamic industry, online casinos.
It's a great area to look at for this.
Yeah, our mission today is basically to dig into why these platforms are putting so much effort, so much investment into these design principles.
And crucially, what that means for you, the player, and your actual experience.
Right.
It's particularly interesting because the online gambling market is just incredibly competitive, fiercely so.
Right. So many options out there.
So providers need something to stand out,
Yeah.
to pull players in and maybe even more importantly, keep them coming back.
And good UX UI isn't just like a nice to have in that
Oh,
environment.
definitely not. It's fundamental. It's a core way they compete.
Okay, so let's break that down then. People hear UX UI thrown around.
Yeah.
What's the actual difference? Let's start with UI user interface. What exactly is that?
Okay, UI. Think of it as the visual stuff, the things you actually see and interact with directly.
Like the buttons, the graphics?
Exactly. Graphics, animations, how the buttons look, the menus, the overall visual style, the aesthetics. It's the face of the site or app.
Gotcha.
But here's the key thing. It's not just about looking good, although that helps for first impressions.
Right, needs to function.
Precisely.
Hmm.
A good UI helps you find games fast, understand the rules quickly, see the bonuses clearly, and just generally interact without friction. It's functional beauty, if you like.
You know, that reminds me of something from our research. It compared it to walking into a really well-organized physical casino.
Oh, yeah. How so?
Well, you immediately feel comfortable, right?
Right.
You can see where things are, the signs are clear. It's that same idea, immediate understanding, feeling at ease.
That's a great analogy. That's exactly it. So if UI is the look and feel,
Then UX, user experience, must be something broader.
much broader. UX is the entire journey. It covers every single touch point you have with that platform.
So from the very beginning, like signing up.
Yep. Signing up, depositing money, finding and playing a game, placing bets, even things like withdrawing your winnings.
And customer support too, I bet.
Absolutely. How easy is it to get help if something goes wrong? That's all part of the user experience. It's the whole feeling you get from interacting with the service.
Okay, so what makes for a good UX then? What are the key ingredients?
Well, our sources really highlight things like seamless navigation, being able to move around easily.
Makes sense. What else?
Really fast transactions. Nobody wants to wait around for deposits or withdrawals. Clear instructions are huge too.
Oh, definitely. Especially with games or bonuses that might have complex rules.
Right. And maybe the biggest thing, minimal frustration. Just reducing those moments where you feel stuck or confused.
And what about the flip side? What happens if the UX is just bad?
It's pretty brutal in this market. A poor UX, something clunky or confusing, it doesn't just annoy people.
It pushes them away.
Directly to competitors, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, think about it. Another online casino is literally just a click or two away. Bad UX means lost players, fast.
So this heavy focus on design, on UX UI,
Yeah.
does it actually deliver results for these casinos?
Yeah.
Are players really that bothered by a few extra clicks or maybe a slow page load?
Oh, absolutely. The connection between good UX UI and player retention is really strong, undeniable, actually.
How so? Give me an example.
Well, the research points to this. Imagine you want to play your favorite slot game.
Right.
But the registration process is a nightmare. Or you can't figure out how to navigate back to the lobby. Or the game itself keeps lagging. What happens?
Yeah, I'm probably not sticking around for long. I would just close it.
Exactly, you bounce. So casinos that really invest heavily in getting the UX UI right, they generally see much higher customer satisfaction.
And that translates to
Longer playing times, more frequent visits, and ultimately way more player loyalty. They see real returns, often from sweating the small stuff in the design.
And nowadays, we can't really talk about online anything without talking about mobile.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
Mobile gambling has exploded.
So a huge number of players are using smartphones,
So
tablets.
that's a proportion, yeah. So responsive design, mobile-friendly interfaces, it's not just important anymore.
It's essential, non-negotiable.
Absolutely non-negotiable. And it's more than just making the site fit on a smaller screen.
How do you mean?
It's about optimizing for touch, making buttons easy to tap, ensuring sliders for betting feel natural, maybe using haptic feedback. The whole experience needs to feel native to mobile.
And consistent, I imagine. Like if I play on my laptop and then switch to my phone.
That's critical. Players need to be able to switch between devices effortlessly. The experience, the quality, the navigation, it all needs to feel consistent. No jarring changes.
Okay, that covers convenience and keeping players happy. But there's another angle too, isn't there? Something about trust.
Yes, that's a really important point. Great UX UI does more than just make things easy. It actively builds trust and credibility.
How does that work? How does a nice design make someone trust a casino more?
Well, think about your own reactions. Often, subconsciously, you judge a service's professionalism or reliability by how polished its digital presence is.
Yeah, I guess that's true. A clunky, difficult-to-use site doesn't exactly inspire confidence.
Exactly. So a smooth, professional-looking, easy-to-navigate, and secure-feeling experience. It sends a powerful message.
What kind of message?
It reassures players, often without saying a word, that this is a legitimate operation, that their money and their personal details are likely safe. It builds confidence before they even get to the security logos or the terms and conditions.
It's like a nonverbal signal of reliability.
Precisely. In an industry where trust is absolutely paramount, that first impression shaped by UX UI is huge.
So putting it all together, as this online gambling world keeps growing so fast,
Yeah, the expansion is incredible.
this seems pretty clear that any casino that ignores UX UI or treats it as an afterthought.
They're really risking being left behind, seriously lagging the competition. It's not just a feature anymore, it's core strategy.
Right. But the ones who get it right, the ones who prioritize making things intuitive, appealing, smooth.
They're the ones who stand out. They earn that player trust we talked about, and crucially, they build loyalty that lasts, even when there are tons of other options vying for attention.
So here's something to think about as we wrap up. Move beyond just online casinos for a second. How much do you think your own judgment of any company, their trustworthiness, their professionalism, is shaped, maybe subtly, by how easy or hard it is to deal with them online?
That's interesting. Like, how much does a frustrating website experience color your view of the whole brand?
Exactly. And what other industries, ones we don't immediately think of, could be completely transformed if they really, really focused on nailing that user experience, right down to the tiniest interaction?